G'day, everybody. Welcome to the next installment of WTF Dave with your lovable host, Dave. Hope everybody's had a good weekend, and what better way to ruin your week than a new video from me? That's right, it must be Monday. Here's a new video. I said I'd do it for a year. Well, I got a lot more to go. And I'm going to give you a quick lowdown on what this video is going to be about. First bit of my video, I'm going to bitch a little bit about my YouTube channel. Second part of my video, I'm going to talk about some movies. And then in the last part of this little video, I'm going to give you the choice of next week's video. All right? So hopefully you stick around and watch the whole thing. So let's get into this. My YouTube channel. Now, YouTube has got a thing stating that you physically can't go live unless you have 20 or more subscribers. Well, I was hoping to announce tonight I'm halfway there. But no. I checked out my YouTube stuff before I started this video and found out I only have 9. I don't know what I've done. I did have 10. All last week I had 10. I was looking forward to this Monday to announce I have 10 subscribers. And for somebody like me who really just rambles on about shit, I would have thought it was pretty cool. But no, I checked out my YouTube stuff before I started because I don't want to be a liar. I found out I only have 9. Maybe next week. We'll see what happens. I don't know what happened throughout the week. Did I say something offensive? Did you not really like my videos? I didn't really see you put nothing in the comments section. But whatever I've done, if it's offended you, let me know. Maybe we can work it out. Maybe I can bring you back. But yes, according to YouTube, you physically can't go live unless you have 20 or more subscribers. I understand. I get it. And I understand why I don't have 20. Who wants to see this ugly freaking mug all over the place? It is what it is. So, in my YouTube channel, my last video there, I did a stupid little bit about being John Wick's brother, Richard Wick. If you didn't check it out, go take a look. I'm going to do more stupid crap like that throughout the year. And who knows where my shows are going to go throughout the year. I get into some unusual situations, and I don't want to tell them all right now, because then what do I talk about, say, 6 months down the road? You got to get to know me before you realize how fucked up my life really is. All right. So with me bitching about my YouTube channel, and I've sorted out that mess, maybe next week I'll have good news. Who knows? All right. So let's move on to part 2 of this video. Part 2 of this video is going to be talking about some movies. That's right. Movies. And with it now being 2023, hopefully there's some really decent movies that are going to come out over this year. Because last year, 22, the year before that, 21, and the year before that, 20. There's a lot of remake of movies. Okay, I get it. Certain movies need to be remade. And I'm glad Hollywood hasn't jumped on the bandwagon to remake every movie out there, because there's a pile that need to be left alone. Right? Anything with Chevy Chase in it, Bill Murray, leave them alone. Caddyshack, National Lampoons, leave them alone. Right? The Home Alone movies, Kevin McAllister. Right? Leave them alone. All right? Anything done by Bruce Willis, leave them alone. Right? There's been movies out there, right? Anything done by Robin Williams, anything from his classic Good Morning Vietnam. It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early. Robin Williams, right? Did Good Morning Vietnam. He did Peter Pan. He did a pile of other ones. Everything from like Jumanji to Disney films, right? Leave them alone. They were great. Okay? I got no problems with that. Of course, now with the new series of the Avengers and DC and Marvel and all that, right? They got a pile of those to make. I get it. Right now, they've been on a big kick of doing more Batman, more Superman, more Spider-Man, and stuff like that. Okay, okay. But Hollywood, if you really want to make a great Batman movie, let's go old school for a minute, right? I want Batman to be played by Michael Keaton. As far as I'm concerned, he played a really good Batman. Now, I want the Joker played by Johnny Depp, right? And for the life of me, off the top of my head, I can't think of her name. I believe she's Tim Burton's wife. She was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? She was Charlie's mom. If you saw Sweeney Todd, she was with Johnny Depp in that. I just got a funny feeling taking Michael Keaton as Batman, Johnny Depp as the Joker, and I wish I knew her name. Make that lady there Harley Quinn. And don't make it a remake of Batman. Make it their final battle. Right? An old school twist. Drag it out. Make it their final battle. Like they're getting near the end of their careers. Batman's looking for somebody to replace him. Joker's finally getting like tired and old. Right? Have that final battle. I think it's in a video game with I think it's Batman Arkham Knight. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. Where the Joker finally dies, Batman ends up with some of his blood, blah, 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 blah. Why don't we do that for the next Batman? It'd be perfect. Right? I don't know. It's just me. I think it'd make a really good movie. Let me know in the comments and stuff. Might be. Okay. Let's go Robin Williams. Robin Williams has done some great ones. Like I love doing some of his bits. I love making quick little things. He makes me laugh, even though he's long gone. Rest in peace. I miss you dearly. And there's like millions of people all over the planet that miss him as well, right? Okay, so not a lot of his movies need to be remade. Now, let's move on to another great actor, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks has done everything from Toy Story to a movie from years ago, Big, and even before that, at least I think it was before that, The Man with One Red Shoe. Most people haven't seen that. But he's gone on to do some great things. The Green Mile, great movie, right? Castaway, great movie, right? Wilson, great movie, right? I've checked out some of his latest ones. Finch is a really good one. I agree with it fully. Good movie. I haven't seen his new one that's just come out. He plays a guy called Otto, and I can't think of the title of that movie right now. Not a big deal. I want to talk about his movie, Forrest Gump. Now, I don't really suggest movies being remade, but this one, I think it should be remade. And you're probably trying to go, what? Forrest Gump remade? Yeah, Forrest Gump. I want it remade. The reason why I want it remade is because I think there's a scene that was left out that would be perfect for this movie. Now think about it. If you've seen Forrest Gump, this will all make sense. If you haven't seen Forrest Gump, this is going to make no sense at all. But check out the movie. It is a great movie the way it is. All right. So for the people who have seen Forrest Gump, we all know Forrest Gump. He was a guy. His mom owned a bed and breakfast. People came, they went, right? La, 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 la. Forrest himself was 5 measly little points out of being normal. Don't worry, mom took care of it. Well, as time went on through that, as Forrest grew up, he met a lot of people. He met somebody named Elvis. It was great. Checked out a few things there. Well, eventually, Forrest, as he grows up, goes and gets enlisted. Ends up going to the army. Right? Which is fine. His good buddy Bubba explaining to him all about shrimp and stuff like that. I get it. Right? And then it goes on even further after that. He makes it back from the war, eventually meets up with Jenny again. It's just how the movie goes. But let's change that scene. All right? Instead of sending Forrest Gump to Vietnam to do the war, why not we put him in an episode of Cops? That's right, the show Cops. Now, everybody should remember that show. It was the very few show. It was one of the shows on the planet where the camera guy would always catch the perp before the cop did. And that's right. A guy who's carrying a 30-pound camera at that time could outrun a cop jumping over fences, going through backyards, this, that, and the other, and he'd almost catch the perp. I wouldn't be surprised in some of those videos, he probably even trips the perp just so the cop can catch up. But now, let's put Forrest Gump there. Right? Okay, think about it. His partner would still be Lieutenant Dan. Right? And of course, they do their ever so little bit. The camera guy's in the car and they talk back and forth, la da da da, this, that, and the other thing. But could you imagine that guy, Officer Gump, taking statements, chatting with people? Right? Think about it. Of course, all of a sudden there's a call that comes in. They obviously dispatch a cruiser, and sure enough, pulls up. Lieutenant Dan, Officer Gump. Lieutenant Dan jumps out, starts dealing with the situation because that's what he does. Officer Gump standing there taking notes, this, that, and the other thing, until Lieutenant Dan turns to Officer Gump and goes, "Officer Gump, take this woman's statement." Okay. So he goes over there, starts, right? She starts talking, and eventually Officer Gump points to a gentleman and goes, "Did that man try to grab you?" Right? Fair enough. It have its moments. But the best would be is if a perp made a run for it. Think about it. Lieutenant Dan's in a high-speed chase, driving in his nice little cruiser, which set up for Lieutenant Dan. And then, of course, eventually, as they're in their high-speed chase, like always, the perp ends up losing control, crashing the vehicle, and then jumps out and makes a run for it. Well, of course, both officers jump out of their cruiser, and Lieutenant Dan looks at Officer Gump and goes, "Officer Gump, get him!" Officer Gump looks back and goes, "Okay," and takes off. Well, it'd be the first time in a Cops episode where the cop actually catches a perp before the camera guy. But could you imagine that? Could you just imagine that? All of a sudden, Officer Gump gets right in line with the perp as they're running at top speed. And Officer Gump looks him square in his face and goes, "You're not trying to run, are you?" Right? And the perp looks at him a little scared. He's like, "You ain't gonna make it. I got on my magic shoes." Right? It'd be priceless. Just priceless. Right? And of course, Officer Gump would take him down. Eventually, you'd see the camera guy catch up. You really would. But it'd be priceless. Just priceless to see scenes like that. Well, then, of course, as time goes on, as Officer Gump's shift keeps going on and on and on, right? Eventually, he'd end up in the red light district, where, of course, he'd find Jenny standing on a corner. And he'd go and trying to have a conversation with her and this, that, and the other thing. And she'd be like, "Just get away from me, Gump. You're ruined business." And this, that, and the other thing. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I get it. But you want to know the one sentence that was missing out of the entire Forrest Gump movie? Because Forrest Gump was an extremely intelligent man. Just saw the world differently. How come he never looked at Jenny? Never looked at her through the whole movie and went, "Jenny, why you such a slut?" Never. Never once said it. Why? Because Forrest isn't mean or rude. I just think it would have been priceless. So that's me. If you wanted to remake a movie, remake Forrest Gump. I think it'd be pretty funny to put him in a show of cops. Make him an officer instead of sending him off to the army. Just me. Just me. I know I do stupid little bits. I say little things. I do little jokes. It's because it gets me through my day. And I believe having a good laugh throughout the day makes the day a little easier. Which brings me to the final part of my little episode here. I'm going to let you guys pick next week's episode. Okay? And I'm going to give you 3 choices. And the 3 choices of next week's episode will be: 1, do you want to hear about me breaking into a safe with my good buddy? It's a great story. It's a shame I don't have a video on it. Do you want to hear about all the times I cheated death And I don't mean like I put myself in stupid situations and come out alive. I mean, I've just almost been killed so many times in my life, I could probably talk a good hour about it. And they're great stories, they really are. Or we can go with the final little one that I will show you when I was growing up, when I used to hit the bar back when I was like 18, 19, stuff like that. The best way to pick a woman up. And I don't mean a cheesy one-liner, or I don't mean like some stupid little comment or acting a certain way. I mean, I know the best way to get women to talk to you or about you by doing one stupid little thing. And 9 times out of 10, it works. The 10th time, I'm sorry, you're going to get punched out. Not every plan's perfect, but it is what it is. So that's right. So your 3 choices, as I said, your 3 choices will be, I will tell you a great story about me breaking into a safe. 2, chatting about all the times I've cheated death. And I don't mean little things. I mean cheated death. Or 3, I will show you the best way to pick up a woman. Because now in today's society, we don't do a lot of interaction. And I guess I can't say best way to pick up a woman right now, because this is the new millennium. The best way, nicest way to get the opposite person, or I don't even know how to put it nowadays. I'm just going back from when I used to go to the bar. So to pick up a woman, I will show you the best and easiest way. And for guys, pay attention to the video if that's what you want, because it'd be the nicest way to apologize to any woman you've upset. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great week. I hope things go well, and I hope you get all you want. Till next Monday, remember, dance like nobody's watching, sing like nobody can hear you, and remember, just have a laugh. Life's too stressful as it is. And if you want to poke fun at somebody, let's do it together. All right. Till next Monday, have a great week.